Some of you have already started to eat, and that's great. We encourage you to eat. We have a small amount of time. It's not light lunch conversation. The stories and the statistics are hard to hear.
The Foundation works globally to raise awareness, reach victims, mobilize communities, and train others to care for victims of sexual exploitation. Gary Haugen, the founder of International Justice Mission, a rescue organization on the front lines of this battle, says, "Sex trafficking is the ugliest, most preventable, man-made disaster on the world today. Since I stood here last, we as a family have experienced great adventure, as well as very difficult challenges. But the things that I have seen overseas are what make me believe that Mr. Haugen is absolutely correct."
Working with these women and listening to them sing really, really inspired me. I would like to tell you that this is an incredible organization and that the women they are supporting are happy and healthy. And the difference between our worlds is remarkable, but the dedication and the love is always universal. An organization like SA gives me hope for women through trafficking.
And in doing my due diligence, I felt it right to support SA Nepal, so I helped with a little funding of my own. But I felt compelled to do more, so I asked my Rotary Club of Calgary West, well represented here today, thankfully, to provide support. They did their due diligence, and they provided funding too. I also asked my company to provide support, and they too came through with some more financial support. In my opinion, once the RBC Foundation is prepared to provide funding, you know the funds are well spent.
Consumers these days are looking for more than just a quality product. They're looking for a product that they can believe in. I truly believe that when a company is able to demonstrate honest and sincere social responsibility, that it translates into increased sales as well as a more loyal corporate culture.
I guess I could have been a better father. Better role model. She was a good kid. Is a good kid. But then it started happening all the time. Her coming in at 2, 3, 4 in the morning, or not at all. She grabbed her backpack and left. She hasn't been back. She was involved in prostitution? She's 15 for crying out loud.
My faith tells me that this is something I will have to answer to someday. No, I have never knowingly supported the sex trade. I've never traveled as a sex tourist. I've never downloaded porn. I've never hired a prostitute. But if I could have done something and I chose instead to not, to do nothing, to look away, that is my responsibility. Because if I am not part of the solution, then I am part of the problem. Imagine that for a moment. Imagine a world where sexual exploitation is non-existent. And because of that, teen addiction, depression, and suicide drops dramatically. I'm going to ask the champions at the tables right now to start passing out those response forms that are on the table to your guests. And I want you to start thinking about how many zeros you're going to put on your check today. Half of the funds raised today are going to go towards the Nepal project, and the other half will go towards training for new and existing projects. The budget for next year is $800,000.
This is not a natural disaster like an earthquake or a flood that we're trying to prevent, but criminal activity.
I'm asking you to give sacrificially today. Last year, we raised over $70,000. My self-esteem is fragile at best. Yeah, because I promised Dominique I was going to raise her a lot of money today. I do not want to let her down. French people, when they're angry. So as you continue to figure out how much you are going to give today, after you're done, I just ask you to give those back to your table captains, to your champions. Perhaps. Think about the people you're going to invite to this next year. We have a lot of books. We love you to take a few minutes out. invited people, and you took a risk and invited your coworkers and family members and your boss to come today.